Franchise record, 61. Unbelievable journey this guy's been on, man. Unbelievable, right? Mentally tough. So proud of you, man. So proud of you.
Man, I just want to say, man, couldn't have done it without you guys, man. I've been through a lot. And I just leaned on you guys heavily, always there for me. And for me to go out and do that for you guys, man.
Hey, listen, a great example, right? Of when your number's called, being ready.
DFL Football 25. Oh is right. Let's go! Come on now, people. Happy Victory Monday. Kick his ass, T-Bass. Let's go, baby. Buffalo pulling out the win, 30-27. Little on the edge of your seat action. I was on the edge of my seat, but sadly, I was on the edge of my seat on an airplane watching the fourth quarter, and it was rough. At first, I had to tell the other DFL members, fuck off. Stop talking about the game. They were trying to text about it. You know I'm on a plane. Well, not so much Chucky, because he's now the happy bride out there in San Jose. I went out there with my daughters on Wednesday. Beautiful ceremony. Very happy for Chucky, who will not be joining us this week as he plays around in Hawaii right now. Lord knows what he's doing. Let's go. Buffalo, baby. 7-2. Running away with the division right now. That's really what it is. And I didn't get to watch the full game yesterday. So I landed back in Buffalo at 1 a.m. today. And now I had the chance to pore over the details, so I'm not talking like a complete bum. Has no idea what he's saying here. Hey, you want to hear some more about the game from a guy who didn't watch it? Let's go. No, of course you don't. Of course I watched it. Of course I got through as much as I could between hours of sleep and returning at Tux late. And so Buffalo leads the division 7-2 with the Jets, who pulled out a win on Thursday. They actually pretty good Thursday night. What I could see of that game. I mean, that was Halloween. I was trick-or-treating in San Jose, dressed as Art the Clown. My daughter, the little pale girl, we terrified people. I got to say, real quick, around Buffalo, they know how to try and scare people, do everything they can. I don't know what it is. I don't want to talk trash about San Jose, but there was nobody in this area that had anything remotely scary on. We ran into one jester who wanted to take a picture with me. That was cool. But I felt almost sad, like out of place at certain points. I was doing creepy waves to him, and we were pretty gruesome looking. But because that's what Halloween's about. But yeah, on Halloween, Aaron Rodgers gave everyone a little hope in New York because he played pretty well. Sacked down at the 1 yard line or something, and at the beginning of the game, it looked like, here we go, same old Jets. Okay, yeah, that was a good game, and hey, if they put it together and they keep going, they could be the next threat. Of course, right now they're still 4 games behind the Bills, 3-6. The Dolphins now 2-6. They played though yesterday like a team that really wanted to win in the first half. From what I rewatched, you could tell the first half they were. I got to give them some credit. They were pretty impressive. Was our run defense just lacking there? I mean, come on. That's the way we play the Dolphins. They're set up for that speedster who did burn Elam in one play, but Elam played pretty well, I think, for filling in for Christian Benford. So, I mean, come on. There's no corner covering Tyreek Hill on most of those plays anyway. So, come on. I think Elam played pretty well. Had the fumble recovery. So, yeah, as a team win, and with the same theme it seems to be this year, slow start and explosive finish. This one a little tighter. And I am very happy, as Bills Mafia should be this morning, for T-Bass. We can pour over the problems too, and I'm sure we'll talk a little bit with Tommy here about that. But let's not get depressed or down in the weeds. It's Victory Monday. They pulled out a fantastic division win. Take a division win in any way you can get it, people. That's what you do. So as we look around the rest of the league real fast, and some of the stuff that we'll be getting into with Tommy, you know, a couple of the surprising turns, besides the Jets over the Texans, the Panthers over the Saints going into the other conference. Wow. But Saints are pretty sad. And they fired Dennis Allen this morning. Fired their head coach. That's the sign of turmoil. We all know. So we'll see what they can do. Commanders over the Giants was no surprise. Chargers over the Browns, no surprise. Titans pulling one out over the Patriots, no surprise. Bengals kind of blowing out the Raiders. And come on, no real surprise there. My Dirty Birds won. All right, people. Everything else pretty much status quo for the way the league is expected every week. So I guess tonight the Chiefs will probably win on some sort of call. And you got the Lions last night. They pulled it out. But yeah, they're serious contenders, people. But mostly we're here to focus on the Bills, as you know it. So let's go Buffalo. Let's get into it with Tommy. All right, there he is. So as I was telling everybody, I was on an airplane, and I caught the fourth quarter. I broke down. I told them all how I told you to fuck off and leave me alone. You were trying to tell me about the game and text messages. I wanted to be surprised. And then, sitting on the plane next to my daughter there, she goes and just pulls up the highlights of each game going around the league that we could catch on the plane. And she goes, "Bills are winning, Dad." She's like, "Heh." And then it goes to the score moves to 20-20, and I just said, all right, screw it, man, I'll watch. And I couldn't stop the temptation, couldn't hold it back. I wanted to watch it fresh from the start, but it took forever for our flight to land anyway. We were stuck until 1 o'clock in the morning, so I'm glad I watched it. Washington fans happy for T-Bass, but I want to get your perspective mostly on a lot of the game. I know I heard a lot about these phantom holding calls. There were some other things there, and but I didn't really get to see a lot of that, So from what I've watched of the game so far, I kind of gave my 2 cents on all of it, what it looks like. So go ahead, Tom. Why don't you talk about the game from your perspective for a little bit here?
Okay. Well, we'll start at the beginning. Miami came out. They were fired. They were fired up. They were, kind of proved their point. They were good, and they're a tough team, whatever. And they were doing a good job at it. But what I come to realize is that the Buffalo's defense, now, it looks like they just got ran over, and they probably gave up close to 200 yards in rushing, okay? But
yeah, I saw that.
As I figured out, Buffalo's defense was basically playing a soft defense. It was like they weren't really worried about the rushing game, how their running game was going.
Right.
I mean, they were concerned with it, obviously, but that wasn't what they felt threatened with. They felt threatened about having Tua get that long pass out there. So they were keeping all the receivers in front of them the best they could. And
yeah, it looked like they were getting run on and dinked to dunk to death because of it.
Had one reception, and Hill had like 2 or 3.
Right.
But the rest of it was done dink and dunk, little passes, passes, and stuff like that, and the running game. So I figured, the defense is playing a little soft on that. They couldn't overcommit because he gets rid of the ball so damn fast. And I felt that the Bills' offense, they just feel they can score at any time. And
right.
They have a right to think that because they basically could.
Sure.
And they would have had the lead sooner, but the ball went right through Coleman's hands. Right through.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. and it ended up an interception, you know. So, but they came back when they got the ball back. They came back and they scored, and it was back and forth all day, you know.
Right.
Now, that's my overall take of how the defense played. They played soft, you know. But as far as the pass touchdown and Josh running in for a touchdown, the two phantom holding calls, that's what they were. Because when they showed the replay of who they called the penalty on, you can clearly see his hands were on the inside, not on the shoulder. They didn't grab him up around the top of the shoulders or hold him his jersey or anything. There was no stretching material. He had his hands on the inside of that lineman, and he was just pushing him back.
Right.
And Josh had the time to throw. He did. It was a touchdown. They called it back. The next play, the guy, he just pushed him out of the way, and Allen had a straight run. And he ran it in, you know, and that was I think on 2nd and 20, and they put it back to like it was 2nd and 30. So those were bad calls, you know. But
yeah, I heard it going around that there's a lot being said about all of that right now. But then the Ray Davis a touchdown run, what was that, 62 yards or something like that? That I did get a chance to see that.
63, I think it was. Yeah.
Yeah, I got a chance to see that. That was nice. And that
was a nice run.
And that wasn't called back.
That was a quick pass.
Yeah.
You know, he got behind the linebacker and he was gone, man.
Right.
And that was it. I really think that they're so confident in their own ability to come back and win.
Right.
You know.
Hoping I'm fixing the audio here a little bit. Go ahead.
They really don't show a sense of urgency. You know, it's like even when they were trailing, you know, I mean, they just like methodically took their time down the field. I mean, they had some good running plays, some good dump off passes. I mean, Buffalo was doing okay, you know, but it wasn't like they were in a hurry, you know, or like they were just taking their time, although which was good. You know, it was good.
Yeah, that's the sign of a team leading their division.
You know,
it should play confident like that.
Right. It showed a lot of maturity. You know, I mean, and if you looked at the way Miami was moving the ball on the defense, it looked like the defense. It looked like they were in trouble, but they really weren't. You know, like I said, they were like, just okay, we'll let you have your run here and there. I think their defense was more surprised when Miami scored than anything else. You know, it's like because they stopped them on 4th and 1. They stopped them on 3-1. You know, I mean, they were stopping them when they really had to. It was like that bend but don't break theory going. You know, but eventually they did. They squeaked it in there. You know, you know, he made this. He's a heck of a runner with the what was it? Right?
What's that?
Mozart.
Mostert, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good runner. I've always liked him. You know, he can dart and slash and he find his way through.
So he's shifty.
You know, and when Rapp punched it out of his hand along the sideline, that was a turning point.
Okay,
that was a turning point for Buffalo.
Yeah, that was a good momentum swing.
Miami had the lead.
Yeah,
and they were driving when that happened.
All right, so now what'd you think of the Poyer? I mean, because that kind of set up the field goal at the end there, right? So, I mean, what do you?
The penalty?
Yeah. Some people calling it a dirty hit. I don't think he was intentionally trying to injure Coleman, but that's the second time this year in the opening game. If you remember, he had a kind of a dirty hit, you know, sort of. You know, I don't think Poyer did it on purpose. Right, me neither.
I really don't. I don't think it was. I think it was an incidental, but it was head. It was head.
I think really it's a show of his age a bit, and he's getting to the ball a bit later than he usually would, and it's just not the greatest angle he's taking, and he's also trying to show up that he's back in his old stadium. He wants to lay the hit on, show how he's still worth, because looked like he was coming in diving from a little too far away, and he was late, kind of getting on the hit.
I don't know if I think it was just him being him. You know what I mean?
He's always been aggressive.
At the time, the score was tied.
Right.
It was 27-27. And it was like, you make this stop, right?
Oh yeah.
You make this stop here. Buffalo has to punt, right? And there's a chance that Miami could win or whatever. Okay.
Right.
And then he comes, So I think that's what he was trying to do. He didn't expect the receiver not to catch that ball.
No.
Right. And so he's standing up. Poyer's standing up. I mean, they were both about the same height. And he came in and, once again, it's like, how fast can you stop?
Right.
He was going to hit him either way if he caught the ball or not.
Right.
But it was just, I think, because their height situation and the receiver didn't jump in the air or had to go down to where he ended up hitting him in the chest or something, and he caught him just at the chin.
Yep.
And the official threw their flag.
How about Shakir though, man? He looked like a magic man the whole game.
Oh, he played well.
Yeah.
He did good. And so did Hollis.
Yeah, Hollins. Yeah, he did too. I saw that. He had the touchdown grab, right? And a couple of crucial catches. I saw that.
Right.
Yeah.
And then the one touchdown that went to the tight end, not
Morris,
Cage or Knox,
Morris,
other guy,
Quentin Morris,
Morris. That there was great. That was great. That was a good play.
That flip. That was the first play that I actually caught on the plane.
You could see that Miami didn't know if he was going to run or if he was going to throw.
Yeah.
So they were like in limbo, trying to cover both aspects.
Right, exactly.
Happened, and then he just kind of like dumped it.
Yeah.
It was like a little dump pass over to him. And
it was a little flip. He just kind of flicked his wrist up, and that was one of the first plays I saw on the plane, and it was nerving because from the angle of the TV, it looked like, oh my God, is that getting picked in the end zone? And just over his head. Yeah, right. It's because he had the defense caught up trying to check the run, man. That's the danger of Allen. So that was a great play. Yeah.
But it was overall it was a good game.
Oh yeah, Bills walked away with the win, man.
They played Miami like that. One part that showed was the defense, how they played them, and it gave you the impression like, and I think that's exactly what it was. They were really concerned with the long ball,
right?
Because he has that quick release, and Waddle and Hill have that speed, and that was the whole point,
Right. Because
the first game they played them, and they blew Miami out. People didn't really catch. It wasn't that Buffalo was tearing them apart. But Buffalo was getting turnovers and capitalizing. Now, yesterday when they got the turnovers, they didn't always capitalize.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so Miami was basically staying toe-to-toe. But again, it's because Buffalo's defense was playing that soft. They really weren't over-aggressive.
No.
Because they knew if you go in too fast on this guy, he's going to hit you with the screen. He's going to get a quick dump pass. Right? But we can't let these two get behind us. So they always had to play back, giving room to the running game.
Yeah, that's what I was saying in the open of the show. Because when you think about it too, the way we played against Seattle last week, allowing I think it was 1 yard to Kenneth Walker in the entire first half. And it's not like Walker is something so much worse than Devin Achane or that their offensive lines on those teams are any drastically worse. It's the Bills were prepared and playing for a run, and I'm not saying they weren't prepared for Miami's run, but exactly what you're saying, they were watching that that pass, and they played into that. Miami exploited, they did what the defense was given, and they were giving them the run and the underneath game. It looked like
the short pass, the quick dump offs.
Yeah.
They were,
and Miami,
fortunately, Bills came out on top.
Of course, yeah. But it also looked like too that Miami looked like a team that was really playing for their season. Miami played well too. So that's what it looked like from what I was seeing. Okay, yeah, they're a team that can contend, man. They're a good team if they can put everything together. They can and keep Tua healthy. They can definitely contend.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, exactly like you said. I'm glad the Bills came out with the W, man.
But as the old saying goes, good teams beat the teams they're supposed to beat.
Right.
And your mediocre teams, they may or may not win this game or that game, whatever. Okay? But great teams, and it's not going out on a limb. A great team does what Buffalo did yesterday.
Right.
And that's what the Kansas City Chiefs do.
Right. All right. So here, man. So I'm sorry to.
They don't always go out and blow their doors off.
Hey.
But even when they look like shit, they win.
Yeah. Right. Exactly. So here, listen though. All right. That's a perfect thing to go, because I wanted to say that. So that brings up a great idea, man. I mean, I wanted to go around the rest of the league and pretty quickly here. Why don't you tell me, man? I'm gonna list through the games real quick and give me the word or a couple of, and maybe a sentence or two why you think that way about each team. I'm just gonna run through out of the games that were played so far in Week 9. Is the team that won good, great, or mediocre, or terrible? But I mean, we'll go good, great, or mediocre, like you were saying, because because they won. So I mean, they can't be terrible. They can't, So. Well, I guess that's different, because
terrible. The Panthers won.
Terrible. That's what I was just gonna say. That's exactly where that could lead to. The Panthers Saints.
Great, good, and mediocre.
Yeah.
Because hey, they're all NFL players. They're all professionals.
Exactly.
So let's not degrade them.
Exactly. I'm not talking down any of the teams. I don't want to do that.
Okay.
So we'll start with the Thursday night Jets, man. Jets beat the Texans. Texans with the injuries, man. Diggs out for the season. So what do you think? Are they still mediocre, or can they be pretty good with if they keep it together?
The Jets?
Yeah. Or still mediocre, you think?
I say they're going to be mediocre. I don't think Rodgers has the ability to keep up that stamina every game.
Okay.
He starts out hot in a lot of games.
Right.
He'll go down, they'll score and stuff, but then he gets off. And if the pressure starts getting to him, he just doesn't have the mobility he used to have and stuff like that, and he gets frustrated. It seems like he does.
Right.
Their defense, when their defense is playing, they're good. Their defense is still good.
Right on.
All
right, but we don't have time to analyze each team, man. Like I said, a couple of sentences about why you think they're mediocre. So altogether, you think they're going to stay mediocre even with a very good defense, but mostly because of Rodgers.
Yeah. Their offense is going to stay mediocre.
Okay. Commanders, Giants. Commanders win 27-22.
The Commanders have a lot going for them, and one is their defense is playing very well. They can keep up there, but their offense.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels, man.
Yeah, well, their offense is doing well, and I think they're doing as well as they're doing because, one, they have a good running game. That they do have. Got to give it to them.
Well, come on. Jaden Daniels has been making a claim for MVP.
Quarterback, okay? But the thing is, their quarterback, I see him like I see Stroud, okay? Stroud last year was like on fire, and he didn't really have anybody. They went and they grabbed a couple of really good receivers, But this year, if his receivers aren't on, he's not having that good of a season. And this is what I think. This kid right now, let's see how he is next year when other defenses have film on him, as they say.
Sure. No, I hear you. He's also a little undersized. I mean, as far as weight, I mean, he's pretty skinny, man. There's a lot of worry about him getting injured. And I think he already was out of game for his ribs or something, right? So, yeah, I hear what you're saying. But so, do you think they can be great though? I mean, they're playing pretty well, or do you just kind of go with good? They're a good team right now.
They're a good team.
All right, Bills. Bills won over the Dolphins yesterday. Bills a good, great, or a mediocre team?
Who, the Bills?
Yeah.
Oh, the Bills. No, the Bills. They have greatness.
Ah, there you go. Come on. Hey. All right, let's move on. We don't have to keep going. We don't have to pour over the Bills again, man. We just did the whole show on them. So the Chargers over the Browns, man. How about the Chargers, man? Go ahead for a minute on them.
Well, the Chargers, when they're healthy and they're clicking, they're a very, very good team. They could actually, by another game or two, if they keep going the way they are, they might be showing signs of greatness.
Sure.
I mean, Herbert isn't injured now. You know, or at least he's coming back and he's playing better. Their defense is really strong. And they have a good running game.
It's amazing what good coaching can do. I mean, Jim Harbaugh comes in there. It's a new team. My goodness.
Right. Oh, yeah, for sure. You know?
Yeah. All right, Titans.
So
Titans, Patriots. My Titans beat the Patriots. So, yeah, you got Chargers down as a good team with good potential to become great. So, Titans.
I'm going to give both of them mediocre.
Okay, let's go with that. Like I said, I wasn't going to mention a couple games. I wasn't going to even mention the Panthers, Saints, or this one here. But like you said, man, we should have respect for the teams. But I don't want to call them terrible. But all right, the Titans, yeah, I'd go with the mediocre too. I hear you.
Right.
I don't think it needs much more said than that. How about my Dirty Birds, though, man? Over the Cowboys, 27-21.
Now that they're for real.
Yeah.
They're for real. And as long as they give Kurt a little bit of that, their Cousins, as long as they give him a little bit of protection, he has three really good wideouts.
Yeah, he does. They're looking good.
London, Mooney.
Oh yeah,
and,
Mooney's an animal up there. So would you call them good, great, or mediocre, man? Obviously not mediocre. Good or great?
If they win one or two more games, I think you can just about put them in the great category.
Wow, nice.
Because,
all right,
I mean,
that's the warmest take so far, I'd say.
Cousins is having a heck of a season down there now.
Right on.
And the first couple of games of the season, it didn't look so hot and they didn't look so good,
right.
But their defense is getting stronger, and they're literally running away on teams.
Oh yeah, man. All right, we got to keep moving though. We got to cook through the rest of the games here real quick. So the Bengals over the Raiders. I mean, the Raiders don't really show much. So what do you think of the Bengals right now, putting up 41? Yeah.
The Bengals are good.
Okay.
Not very good.
Okay.
But they're good right now. But you know, like I said, there's another one. You know, if they start giving Burrows more protection, giving him a little bit more time, and they build up their running game a little more, they're going to be right in there with Buffalo and Kansas.
Oh yeah, right on. Okay, but then now same division as the Bengals. Also put up 41 yesterday. Did it against Denver. What do you think of the Ravens? Good or great?
Yeah. I hate to say it, but you have to put them with great.
Hates to say it. Oh, he's a Bills fan talking. Yes. You don't have to hate to say it, man. You're absolutely right. If you said good, I would have had to say, come on, dude. What are you talking about? They're fucking great. Give me a break. They're great. That's just a Bills fan. Does not want to admit better teams. Yeah.
They are. The only thing that they may have against them would be their defense, their passing defense, but even that's starting to sew up.
Sure.
Teams are having a harder time throwing against them.
You're right, and that makes them scarier, man. Yeah.
When Cleveland beat them, you know.
Oh, every week there's flukes, man.
Their defense wake up a little
bit plus Winston.
So they're right up there. They're a great team.
All right, very good. So then now over to Kyler Murray, the Cardinals over the Bears, man. The Bears have been looking great and only managed to put up 9 points against the Cardinals. 29 they won. So what do you think of the Cardinals?
And there is where I say, Murray is really starting to come around. The Bears, they're basically mediocre. And you could put them into good category, but that would be because of their defense.
Right, but I was trying to keep you. I know, and see everyone listening. Tommy is an old school Bears fan, not his number one team, but he does like the old school Bears. And but this is supposed to be I'm just asking you about the winner of the game real quick, not every team in the league. So 28-23, the Eagles over the Jags. What do you think of the Eagles, man? Are they good or great, or mediocre? But I don't think I'd go there.
They're good. They're very good.
They're good. Okay,
they're very good.
Good to very good. Okay.
And yeah, they're very good.
All right.
And now that they have Barkley.
Oh, I know. Saquon's an animal up there, man.
Yeah.
Why would you trade them in division to the Eagles? If you're the Giants, why would you even have made that?
You could put them playing great right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. All right.
Yeah.
A lot of people would probably agree with you. Rams over the Hawks. What about the Rams, man? They have games this year that have been great, but then they look like, I don't know. Good or great, man?
But since they have the return of Coop, and it looks like Coop has brought Stafford's ambition back.
Oh, sure. Cup is probably their most reliable target.
And,
yeah,
he's always been. Yeah. They're on the verge of being great, so they're very good.
Okay, now the next team I know, the next team I know the answer to, but I'm wondering. I'm sure you're willing to say it. Lions over the Packers, 24-14.
Oh, Lions are great.
Yeah, they are. They are, man. They are one solid team right now, man. It's very impressive.
And they really have. They have Goff in the zone.
Oh yeah.
And that can be disastrous. I mean, last time he was in the zone, he won the Super Bowl.
Right.
Then he went south a little bit, but now I think he's with the head coach and the whole coaching staff and the team.
Yeah. They've built a nice culture over there, man. They really have.
And
they're scary.
He's on a mission, man. But yeah.
All right, next team is interesting though, man. And this the last one. Well, basically the last one. The Vikings over the Colts, man. I mean, that's not the biggest test, I guess you'd say, with the Colts. But the Vikings have been, they start looking great, then they waver. What's up with them? What do you think, man? Good or great, or not?
I think the Vikings are going to have to just be a good team. They're a little better than mediocre, but they're a good team. But the thing is, they're becoming one-dimensional.
Sure.
They really are. I mean, you take Jefferson out of the equation and Madison, the running back, everything.
Right.
And they're, they really, I mean, Donald, if he has everything going just right, he's doing really good. I mean, he's not bad. He's not bad. Donald is not bad at all. But he needs more help. Yeah. He needs more help, and more help than just Jefferson. And Jefferson needs more help than just Donald.
Yeah.
They need a little bit more.
All right, man.
If the Colts would have had their running game going yesterday, they probably either would have had that game a lot tighter or possibly won.
Right.
But they just weren't getting Tyler going.
Yeah.
And what do you think is going to happen tonight?
I mean, obviously you can call the Chiefs great. We'll just say that.
I'm
suck it up,
rooting
but
for the Bucks.
Of course, yeah. Of course, man.
But the thing is, like I said,
you don't think Mayfield can do it?
Buffalo, Baltimore. Mayfield could probably do it if he had Williams and Evans in there.
Yeah.
But he has his two top receivers are out.
Yeah.
I think they're both out.
They're both out? Oh, okay.
I think so.
Yeah.
I know Evans is for sure.
Yeah,
They have.
You want to give a prediction for the game, for that game real quick? You think the Chiefs are going to take it then, of course, or you think the Bucks can surprise people?
As I say, I'm going to root for the Bucks, but I have a feeling that,
Yeah. I know you don't want to say it, but you can say it.
Baltimore and Detroit, those are your four great teams right now.
Gotcha.
All
right, man. So you taking the Chiefs to win?
Going to do it. They may not get blown out, but the defense is going to have to really step up to the plate because, Because.
Right on, man.
Because you know why. They handle.
Of course. All right, though, man. Well, make a prediction for next week. Next week is the Bills-Colts, right? That's
The
so.
Bills and the Colts.
Yeah, make a prediction
In
for it because we
Buffalo,
got to end this. We got to end this thing, man. I got to finish up. Yeah, no, it's in Indy.
Yeah.
It's in Indy. Bills and Colts in Indianapolis, man.
In Indianapolis.
Yeah, it's on the
All
road.
right. Now, I'm going to say the Bills do it. The Bills defense isn't going to be real worried about the long ball.
Okay.
And they're going to be able to concentrate more on the run game
Gotcha.
and the shorter passes. And I think they'll handle it well. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. All right, well, give us a go Bills, Tommy. Come on. Hey!
Go Bills!
Chucky, look, man, you're my best friend, but really much more than that, man. More like a brother for our entire lives. Over 30 years, we've known each other. Okay? But this speech really is more of a warning to Grace because you see, we knew each other for 10 years, and then at one point we decided, hey, maybe we should move in together. We lived together for 10 months. And then we didn't talk for 3 years. But, no, that's pretty close. So, what it all is arguing. And Chucky loves to argue, and so do I. And, it goes back to when we first met. We argue over that. He says it happened in first grade. I know it was second. And, but there's always and it's no matter what we've argued throughout our entire lives, we still can. I think it's a symbol of good friendship when you can come together, get through arguments, and they really make you stronger. They bring together a bond. And but there's 2 words, and this is the end of the speech. This is short. There's 2 words though, and I'm gonna need everybody to repeat them after me because these are the 2 words that me and Chucky will never argue about. Before I say them, though, congratulations again to the couple. I don't know Grace very well, but she makes my best friend happy, so I'm sure she's a wonderful person. And you guys will be happy together for a very long time. And those words, though, that we will never fight about, if everyone repeat after me, Go Bills!
Oh, that's right. Go Bills! I had to end it that way, folks. That was the my little best man spiel for Chucky Bear, man. Chucky, congratulations again, bro. He couldn't be with us. He's, I don't know, screwing around somewhere in Hawaii, doing something, having fun, living his life. And hey, man, I hope you can make it next week. I hope you listen to this one and it didn't disappoint you. I think me and Tommy strung it together just fine without you. In fact, maybe we'll just continue this way. Maybe we'll just keep doing it. What do you say, Tommy? I don't know. I'll have to give him a call and see what he thinks. But let's see. Maybe he left a message.
All right. Hey, one last word. And this goes out to the co-host of the DFL, Chucky Fairweather. Congratulations on your wedding. I don't know if he'll even get the chance to hear in this message, but if he does, let you know something there, Chucky Fairweather. I saw the photo of your bride. Very lovely. I don't know how you did it, but I guess after 39 years of trying, you finally got it right. All right. You have a great one, and congrats again, bud. All right, that's about all. Go Bills!
Hey, go Bills. Stole the end of my speech there, old man. Why don't you get some original material? But no, he's dead right about one thing. I don't know how Chucky did it. His wife she's a beautiful woman, seems like a very good person, good heart, and they seem like they're gonna be very, very happy together if he doesn't screw it up, which I could see him doing. So we'll see. But all right, look, everybody. People listening to this tuned in to hear something about the game. This one went a little longer because we had to throw in some of that sappy shit there for our friend and co-host, Chucky. Congratulations again, buddy. And Buffalo, 30-27 over the Dolphins next week in Indy. The Bills take it. I'm going to say 31-17. Do I make the same prediction every week? All right, let's see. Let's go. 34. No, I know that one was last week. We're going. All right, we're gonna go 27. 27-17. I know I haven't predicted that yet. 27-17 Bills. I believe Buffalo gets back. Cooper should be fine next week. But we are definitely in some good shape. I think we're pretty healthy. Hopefully, I haven't heard any more word on Coop's wrist. We will. We heard a little more after we recorded the podcast earlier today. Speaking of this episode too, don't worry. I'm getting Tommy set up with some different equipment so we can stop calling in and breathing real heavy over everything that I'm saying. I mean, I did my best to edit that out, but it sounds like a bulldog. I don't know if it comes out the same way. Let me know in the comments. Does he sound like an old bulldog rapping about the Bills, man? Not sure. But hey, man, 7-2, another Bills win. Looking forward to another one next week. Let's not jinx anything, but you heard my prediction. Let's go. All right, people, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Share the hell out of this podcast, man. Help make it better. Send us all sorts of donations. Do whatever you want. But make sure you're tuning in to the DFL Podcast. Subscribe. And, yeah, I'll see you next week. In the meantime, let's go, Buffalo! Booyah!